Darkcast Network. Out of the shadows comes the best of indie podcasts.
Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast, where two lifelong horror fans talk all things horror. Pour yourself your favorite drink and hang out. Here are your hosts, Josh and Jake.
Hey guys, welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And on today's episode, what holiday horror themed movie are we going to be discussing?
We are discussing 2023's Thanksgiving, directed by Eli Roth.
Eli Roth, somebody that we have had a love-hate, more hate relationship with through most of his movies.
Yeah.
Wondering why he's included in so many horror-like things, like the history of horror.
No
I
idea.
could think of 10,000 other directors that put in that seat versus him. But yes, Thanksgiving from 2023. If you guys heard last week's episode, you know we went and saw it last Thursday. And this is obviously coming out on Thanksgiving, so you can listen to this with your family at dinner.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Before we get super into this episode, what would we like to let anyone new to the podcast know, Jake?
As always, like and subscribe on YouTube.
Pretty, please.
You can also find us on Spotify.
We're on there.
We're on Apple.
We are.
As well as Google.
As far as we know.
Even Instagram.
Yep.
J Squared Horror Podcast. Link tree in the bio. New episodes every Thursday.
Every Thursday, two lifelong horror fans and drinking buddies decide to get together and talk all things horror. We consider ourselves the most original horror podcast out there because we like doing things slightly different than what you normally see on horror platforms. We like to have genuine conversation-based episodes versus just information-based episodes, and we also like to include our fans that do requests, and if you'd like to be on the podcast, you can be. If you want to be on the podcast, you can go to www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com and let us know. What I'd also like to mention is a huge shout out to the Darkcast Network. They have been our podcast network for quite some time now. They are a indie podcast platform about all dark and strange things, and they have been super supportive of us. So if you would like to, and if you like any true crime, go check them out because they have amazing content creators on their platform. Big shout out to you guys over there at Darkcast Network. Now, Thanksgiving. It's my least favorite holiday and now my least favorite horror movie. Boom. How's that for a tagline? Fans of the podcast? Yeah. I had expectations going into this movie. Not high, not low. I was hoping for something that I did not receive.
Yeah.
Are we surprised, Jake?
No, because right before we went in, I said, well, I hope it's good.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it is Eli Roth.
It is Eli Roth. I think a lot of people out there were probably in the same boat we were. But unfortunately, with what I have seen through social media and through other news outlets, this movie has been a success.
I think a lot of people do fuck with Eli Roth. I don't know why. Or it could be we're just so starved.
Yeah.
No pun intended, Thanksgiving. We're so starved for a new horror.
Yeah.
Something comes out, everyone's fucking amped about it.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
then they see it and like, well, I didn't expect very much, so this exceeds my expectations.
yeah. I mean, I didn't expect very much. And being a slasher horror lover that I am, it's my favorite genre of horror movies.
Mine as well.
No questions asked. This was more satire and an insult to me and my fandom than I think anything else.
So it gave me like, it went for like a 1980s.
They're saying it's the
Slasher
new
vibe.
Scream.
What?
Yeah, like legitimately.
Who said that?
Like
Give
online.
me their names.
Dude, like online. I shit you not. I took a couple screenshots this week of random like articles I saw.
I guess they tried with the characters, using like teenagers or whatever, but the characters sucked.
The characters suck, dude. It was not good. It says, oh no, it was just certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Boo.
Boo. Also, it surpassed 10 million at the box office. The first Roth horror film to do so since 2005, Hostel. I added some letters to that.
Hostels?
It's based on a parody trailer from 2007's Grindhouse feature, An Axe-Wielding Killer.
So I saw that it was like a fake trailer.
Oh, okay.
And I guess it got so much traction, he tried to make it into a real movie. But that's...
Also, I've seen like multiple articles of him being like, this is a 15-year project, and I'm so proud of this.
You should have waited 15 more.
All right, this is from Eli Roth himself. Thanksgiving movie has arrived. See it on the biggest screen you can with the biggest group of friends. Don't miss what fans and critics are calling the best slasher since Scream 1. We worked for years on this and spilled all of our blood on screen for it. Do not miss it opening weekend, and take a non-horror loving friend to see if you can convert them. Now playing everywhere.
So I feel like I've watched some reviews, and I said it to you a couple days ago.
Yeah.
People really enjoyed this movie. So it made me guess, like, dude,
are we the problem?
Am I not a real horror fan?
No, we are real horror
Am
fans.
I being too hard on the genre? Scream
Scream
revolutionized horror
exactly.
in that time.
Exactly.
And caused other movies to follow that same formula.
Yeah.
I don't see this movie doing that.
Yeah, we literally had an episode on it.
Yeah.
I will say this movie can't exist and wouldn't be successful without Scream, so you can't compare yourself to that because that, like you said, revolutionized horror. It was an influential, amazing horror film.
Yeah, and this is trash.
Scream 1. The thing is, Scream 1 now gives you some of that comedic, funny, out-of-date stuff because it's from 1996. I do not want and I do not expect that in a 2023. This took 10 years to fucking make, and this is the hot pile of dog shit that you serve me on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I've had turkey taste better than this movie is, and that says a lot.
I saw people saying, if you were a true slasher fan or a true fan of the genre, you will love this movie.
I fully, with all of my heart and soul, I have slasher tattoos. My favorite movie, as all of you guys know, is 1978's Halloween, which is considered one of the best and original slasher movies out there. Granted, there were some before it, so do not come at me for saying that it's the original slasher. I'm not. I'm just saying it paved the way for what we currently have. If Thanksgiving came out in 1984, maybe. I'm not kidding. Maybe. You cannot be this history of horror buff, this director that's put out so many movies. He's produced a shit ton of movies. He said this took 10 years to make. I've had better thoughts on the shitter than what this movie was. It's just facts. This movie is not a good movie.
So why is it not a good movie?
It's just, it's an insult to slashers. They make it comical. They didn't. All right, so like with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the reboot, brought in modernness. Well, in my opinion, not everybody agreed with it.
Yeah.
But like taking something from the late 70s, mid 70s, putting it out in 2021 or 2, I can't remember off the top of my head when that one came out. That was fun. That was exciting. And like, of course, parts of the movie weren't that good, but it still gave you like Texas Chainsaw and then gave you modern as well. Whereas this movie, it missed completely, in my opinion. So the storyline was shit. The acting wasn't good. The whole, like what created him to be a killer is beyond stupid. I don't need the biggest backstory, but if you're going to give me one, it better fucking matter. And it better make me feel like it would make sense of this killer. They copped out. They wrote it horribly. There's moments of, I don't know if it's comical in the sense that they wanted it to be or not. I was laughing not at the movie for the movie making me laugh. I was laughing at the movie because it was so bad.
Well, I know that's like an Eli Roth thing. Little hints of like humor and like kind of quirky shit.
Yeah, but I wasn't laughing at those parts.
I was not either.
I was laughing at the parts where I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is what we're getting. Like, I'm laughing just to not cry.
So,
I mean, what do you think? I mean, why do you think it's like, what are you able to formulate thoughts better than I am on why it's so bad?
So it's bad because, comparing it to Scream, since they did that, which in my mind, as I was watching it, I was kind of getting that.
Also, you have a guy from Scream in it.
Yeah. I was kind of getting like, okay, I get the Scream thing, but
Yeah.
you have these teenagers who look, as usual,
Old.
our age or older.
Mid-20s.
The characters were terrible.
Very bad.
It was in Scream, you felt for Sydney.
You related to them.
Yeah, you felt, you related.
Yeah.
Whether you watched it in 96, the 2000s, the 2010s, or now.
Yeah.
You relate to these characters. These suck.
Yeah.
Characters were terrible.
They're basically characters like if you were to have an elementary school book explaining high school.
Yeah.
Or like
if you were
bullying videos that you had to watch in middle school to prepare you for high school.
Yeah, or if you were like watching slasher movies, 101 for teenage characters.
Okay, so yeah, if you're, it's literally like you didn't do anything.
Yeah, you got the jock.
You got the jock.
Then you have like the dumb jock.
You got the dumb jock.
You have the final girl.
You got the final.
You have
girl.
the dumb jock's girlfriend.
Yep.
You have
The more sluttier girl.
You have what's the other girl?
Yep.
You have the small town big athlete.
Yep.
Who it doesn't work out.
Yep.
Which automatically makes you think he could be the killer.
Yep.
The red herrings in here were terrible too.
Yeah.
They brought that new deputy in.
Yeah.
He puts the mask on and the hat. Yeah, I can get used to wearing this.
Yeah.
I thought in my mind, you're 100% not the killer.
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't the killer. I knew that the baseball player wasn't the killer. It gave me I knew the killer was immediately.
I knew the killer was.
Because it kind of gives you
Scream 6 vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was too fucking tactical.
Yep. Yep.
This obviously is the sheriff.
Yep.
It has to be.
Yep.
And him having this, smoke bombs or whatever, the way he was moving the gun around.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
like, dude.
Yep.
I knew it was him.
Gave it away. But what they were trying to do, like you already said, they were trying to make you believe it was the deputy, which makes zero fucking sense. Because
This guy,
the deputy
I've
had
known for
no
15
reason.
seconds, who's not even from here.
Yeah, he has no reason to be this person that's killing these people for what happened on Black Friday a year ago.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm not from here.
If you go off of that premise alone, like immediately I thought about the movie that had the Ash Evil Dead guy, Bruce
Friday.
Campbell. I thought of Black Friday, and I was like, that came out a year or two ago now, and I'm like, okay. So obviously Black Friday's crazy. It's like this alien zombie fucking craziness, but it was way more enjoyable, believe it or not, than this movie. And it came like straight to Shudder, so I got to watch it for free.
Shudder Classic.
Shudder Classic. Yeah, it's one of those instances where it feels like they watched successful things and were like, let's put it in the movie, dude. Fuck it. Like there was no originality.
Yeah,
there's zero originality in this movie.
So there's no way this is the idea he had 15 years ago.
I'm calling bullshit,
Impossible.
dude. Yeah, you could have seen the trailer in 2007, which if you do the math, I do believe that's roughly 15 years ago. But I do not feel like the final product we got. I feel like you wrote it since post-COVID. Like I feel like you finished it post what we've gotten in the last, let's just call it 5 years. Especially with movies like Scream 6 and Black Friday.
Yeah, there's no way this is a 15-year
The Scream
project.
1. It's like, if this was a 15-year product, it would have dated itself a lot more. And it dated itself for the wrong reasons, not for those reasons.
Yeah.
It was written very modern, but it was done very classically, which does not work. You cannot do a Scream or a Halloween plot today. It doesn't work. None of the fans will agree, well, at least us. I can't speak on everybody.
The only way you can do it is if you're doing a pre-pronounced reboot or remake.
Yes. You can't
this
create
can't be an original standalone idea.
Yeah, you can't create a new slasher. In his mind, it might have been paying homage to it, which is neither here nor there. Like I respect that you're willing to put out product, but I legitimately was pissed. I don't leave movies angry very often. I leave movies disappointed very often. But this movie was one where it's like, if somebody asked me to go see it, I legitimately say no. Also, why we didn't even give an opportunity to give spoilers or anything, because you guys know the J Squared Horror Podcast by now. When we're upset about something, we want to get right into it.
Yeah, we got right into it. And I feel like if this was more paying homage to that era – or written more so in that era, it would be more, I don't want to say, 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 I boobs,
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. We only got a little hint at some hanky panky.
Yeah, just more like.
Which is it's Eli Roth, so it's like you didn't do the one thing you're known for doing.
More super 2000s horror.
Mm-hmm.
Shitty. Well, we got the shitty character aspect, but even like the gore and the kills
They
were
all look like fucking Play-Doh.
they look cheap.
So cheap, and I don't know what production company or how they released this and what kind of budget. I think it was $10 million budget, which blows my mind. Because I think that's why with the $15 million opening weekend, it's. I mean, that's a success. If I ain't never heard
You made
one.
your money back.
You made your money back plus some. Yeah, I feel like most SFX makeup artists would be pissed at this, especially with some of the things that he has already done, which were done better. It doesn't make sense, and that's what leads me to believe that it was supposed to be more satire, but it's never been said that that's what he was going for. So until I hear those words come out of his mouth, the rating that I give this movie today is going to be very bad.
I mean, so like watching Cabin Fever,
Yeah,
which is my favorite.
it's the
Eli
it
Roth
is
movie.
his only good movie. I'll go ahead and say that now. I don't like Hostel. I didn't like it when it originally came out either.
Yeah. So I guess
I feel like it was a cop out.
I mean I agree.
Not a cop out. I just feel like Saw.
It is probably his best movie because was crazy.
Cabin.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
100%.
I thought you were saying Hostel. I was like, I'm going
No.
to bash my microphone
No.
into your head.
Because when I think Cabin Fever,
Yeah.
I only think Cabin Fever.
Yeah,
When I think of Hostel,
I think
I do think of Saw.
Saw immediately, and it's like you took the whole like. I'm not going to talk about Hostel, but yeah, I feel like Cabin Fever. That's the one where it's like the water's infected, right? And they
Yeah.
all get crazy. That one's really good. And of course, the only thing you can kind of think of
And
is
it's got
like Evil
Sean
Dead.
from Boy Meets World.
Yeah, the only thing you can kind of think of is Evil Dead, but it's
Yeah.
completely different because it's an actual like thing. It's not a book. It's not an evil ghost entity. It's this fucking sickness that makes people fucking
a
wild.
thing that to a
It could
certain
actually happen.
extent could really happen.
Yeah, it could actually happen. It adds a whole more realistic approach to like an Evil Dead, which I think is what made it what it was. Is it's like, oh shit, this isn't some like cursed book that some idiot opened up and read. No, they drank water and they showered.
And it's for that time.
And it's crazy. It's like kids going out to party. It's
Yeah.
the late, mid 2000s.
The acting, the characters,
Everything made sense.
Everything makes sense. That's why
And-
that's his best. That's 20 years ago.
Yeah, and it makes sense because like those characters would have been those characters in that time period. Whereas the characters we got today, I don't. Granted, I don't live in a small town. I'm not from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Also, I would just like to say, if you're gonna go with a Boston accent, fucking go with a New England accent, man. It was country sometimes. It was Boston other times.
Well-
Some people had it on. Some people didn't.
For the Black Friday scene,
Oh my God.
these accents were. And as two people who are fans of Boston teams,
I hear it.
I was like, holy shit,
Dude,
these people are obnoxious as fuck.
Yeah, it's the fucking, and I have a guy at my work. His name's John. We call him the Honey Badger. Somehow, 20 years in fucking Virginia, he still has it. He drops the fucking C word like you wouldn't believe. And sometimes you feel like it's a little over exaggerated, but he's an old timer from New England, man. It's just who he is. And it was like, this is just like if I tried to carry on a Boston accent for longer than I should.
Yeah.
I can crank one out after hanging out with John for a while. Like decent Boston accent. I can say the C word pretty well with a Boston accent. But there's no redeemable characters. There's no redeemable characteristics. It was an hour and
There's
46
only
minutes.
one thing I can say redeemable,
What?
and that's the killer. I like the look of the killer.
Yeah, I mean,
like-
you go with John Carver.
I like the mask and the hat. It looked good
I will say the size thing always gets me
every time.
because it looked like a teenager wearing it.
Yeah.
And he wasn't built like a teenager. That was the only thing that threw me off a little bit. And I know why they did it, because we were supposed to expect it to be either one of the boyfriends.
Yeah.
Which
No.
you were literally just
No one thought that.
scream, dude. Like, you have two love interests. And then you see the one in the full costume, and you should immediately know as a fan, like, nope. And then the one that hurt his hand, like, nope.
Yeah. You know, neither one is the killer.
And also, like, this movie had to have been based 15 years ago off of, I think he wrote the Black Friday part 15 years ago. Because we haven't had a Black Friday like that since the fucking mid-2000s, dude. People haven't been trampled. We've been doing Wednesday Black Friday deals for the last fucking 8 years.
Yeah, or like the first November.
Yeah, it's like it's so out of place.
Everything's fucking online or 2 weeks before.
You know, you got Amazon Prime Day on Monday now. You know, it's like, or you know, Cyber Monday days and stuff, and it's like that. Realistically, that doesn't happen. And as much as this is going to sound fucked up, I wish they would do that again. Because like when we had Black Fridays back in the day, they were like legit fucking. It wasn't 5% off of your total purchase, bro. You're getting a 65-inch fucking brand new TV for $200.
Yeah.
And I would trample an old lady for that myself, like straight up, dude. But it's like it's like which age group were you going for? And unfortunately,
I think it's for our age group.
I do, but I feel like anybody my age should hate this fucking movie.
It's for us to reminisce when we were teenagers.
I know, but like I still feel like that you should hate this fucking movie. It's gonna come to Shudder quickly, I'm sure. He has like a deal with Shudder or something.
They have a hard on for Eli Roth.
I don't get it, dude. Like, no
either.
offense, but I could think of multiple other people to run these TV shows that
Yeah,
he's a part of.
Yeah,
he did great as the Bear Jew. I mean, shit. Him acting is fine. Him directing is fucking painful.
Yeah,
And for any Eli Roth fan out there, let us know why you respect him, why you like him. I can't find one reason.
So I was watching the video, and the guy. So I guess a lot of these other people who their thing is to review movies.
Yeah, they review like old movies.
Yeah, so they're like usually bigger channels.
Yeah.
So they are getting free invites to go out there.
Yeah.
They're not going to see it and fucking rag on the movie.
Then I don't feel like you're true to your platform.
They're not going to give them all this free shit, all this free merch, and then shit on the movie. They'll say, well, damn, let me get that shit back.
But you can't take it back. The thing, you shouldn't be. You should, and it would be tricky because, like, if you know Paramount ever came up to me and was like, "Hey, Mr. Goodman, Mr. Devine, would you guys like to be our official podcast?" Can I be 100% honest about how I feel about your movies? No. You know, I just, of course, it would be different if they stroke a number that would pay for my livelihood. But I feel like that's a cop out, man. Because I sent you a TikTok about this guy. I've seen some of his stuff, and I've agreed with him so many times. And for some reason with this one, I was like, dude, are they getting paid? Like, this just doesn't make sense, man. He was like, I saw the early release, da-da-da. I'm like, okay, so he's right. He was invited by somebody, by the people that put this out.
Yeah.
And they said, in return of the swag and the opportunity to see this, do you mind saying that our movie was good? I feel like that's what happens. And it's gross because
the movie's not good.
The movie's not good. And I don't, it's like Saw X. As we saw a lot of people saying it was good, but as soon as we released an episode on it, the J Squared horror fans let us know that they were in agreement with us, which was fucking nice.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're like a teenager seeing this movie, or unless you're,
and it's like his line in his post was like, "Bring a non-horror fan." I'm like, yeah, because those are the only people that'll actually like this fucking movie.
And they'll just confirm, yeah, I don't like horror.
Yeah, it'll be like, oh, okay, this is kind of why I don't like this.
This
shit.
is right, exactly why I don't like it.
Stupid blood and gore.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Terrible fucking characters.
It's like, okay, but also it's like our first kill. You know, it's like, that doesn't make sense. How in the fuck does a lady get cut in half by a plastic lid of a dumpster?
You know, like you said, Play-Doh.
It looked like Play-Doh.
Yeah, it was the weirdest fucking
like
thing.
the freezer. Like, how do you go from the freezer face part? And I was like, fuck yeah. Then he misses the swing because she peels her face off in time. And then he finds the keys, gets in the car, sits there until she comes out, and then is like, I'm going to run you into the... He doesn't even hit her. He hits the fucking dumpster.
Yeah.
I don't care how hard you hit a dumpster. The plastic lid is only going to fall so hard.
It's
like,
not,
if you
gonna hurt you
being
at all.
how big and strong as you are, if you used all of your fucking might to slam down that lid on my back, it'll hurt. It probably won't feel great.
Yeah.
But it's a pain that I could get up and be like, that was worth it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to paralyze
Like, I need Mythbusters to hop on this fucking movie. And
it's not going to break any bones.
Yeah, none of these. It split her in half like a fucking decrepit zombie from Walking Dead.
And then Play-Doh's used up.
And it reminded me because in The Walking Dead, when it was good, there's a scene in a well where it's called the bloated zombie. He's been sitting in water. And they pull him out, and when they get him to the lip of the well, his bottom half separates from his top half because he's bloated and he's all, you know, he's been decaying in water.
That makes sense.
It looked so good. And it was like, obviously a lot of CGI and stuff, but, you know, Greg Nicotero and all those guys that are fucking legends in the makeup department. Like, I heard them talk about it, and I was like, that's probably one of the best examples of like that. And then I sit in my first 30 minutes of this movie and watch this atrocity. And immediately, because I've seen The Walking Dead, I know it's Greg Nicotero, and I know it's the GOAT. I'm like, Eli, what are you doing, dude? Like, it doesn't make sense. You're a guy that's on the history of horror, talking about the greatest to ever do your genre. And you serve the people this.
It would be different if you like a new director.
Completely different.
I think
completely
that would
different.
also make me not expect as much.
Yep.
And maybe see the movie a little differently.
Yep.
But I had high thinking you've been around for a long time.
Been around for a while, man. Pushing 20 years.
Yeah. Trash.
20 years in the industry to put out shit like this, and people are going apeshit for it. It also shows how fucking just I don't agree with the modern. I don't know if it's the youths. You know, and if you go back a few episodes, I'm bragging on Jake for being a boomer, but here I am sitting here as a boomer, being very protective of my genre.
Speaking of you youths out there,
you youths,
there's something called movie theater etiquette.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pause from the movie real quick and talk about movie theater etiquette. I paid $30 fucking to watch this steaming pile of dog shit. Okay?
And then you want to sit in there, come in there for free.
For free.
I knew for free when they first came in and sat in the seats, and dude was like, yeah, we're sitting here.
The happy little group of kids come in. The girlfriend's like, please don't say anything. He's like,
no,
I'm going to fucking
that.
say something. I paid for
these
these seats.
Which I love that, though.
That's
the second time.
Shout out to you, homie, because that's the second time we've witnessed that in person, where the people are like, no, fuck. And I'm pretty sure this is the same group of kids that were in the last time we bitched about movie theater etiquette. But go ahead, Jake.
So he comes up to him, and they, without even arguing, get up and move. I think, okay, we'll be all right. A few more come in, they're hopping over the seats.
Yep.
I'm thinking, yeah, it's going to be a fucking problem.
Then one of them is like, oh, so-and-so, don't so-and-so. And I'm like, he thinks he's funny.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
This is it. Go say this point, Jake.
If you're going to interject during the movie for everyone to hear, you got to be funny at least.
Bro, I was hitting Jake's ear with some golden
You can't
humor.
throw out 20 different lines.
None of them hit.
Only one hit, maybe. I think one
did hit.
I can't remember exactly what he said.
But it was to the fucking guy that was bitching and also being loud. To my back right.
Yeah, so the guy behind, oh my God.
Then he was doing it. I'm like, dude, you can't bitch at these kids.
Yeah.
And then turn around and say some shit yourself.
So my thing is, so they're talking, no one likes that, but people know if they're bitching and they're being loud and they're saying shit, the second you say one thing to them,
it's over.
It's going to cause a fucking argument.
And
so now no one can hear anything. So
yeah, I wasn't going to do that. I knew the time and place. I read The Room. That's one of my favorite
But
sayings.
if you're going to fucking say something, say it. Don't mumble under your breath. Oh my God.
And then also don't turn around and do it. Like, don't be a part of the problem when you're complaining about these kids.
There's a girl that, they're so obnoxious.
Yeah. Then,
bitch, I can hear you. I can hear them.
Hey, you gotta be quiet up there.
Yeah.
I don't want them to get more rowdy.
Yeah, calm down.
Shit. If we don't feed into it, they might be quiet. That's the boomer in us. We're just, get out of my theater.
Let me just avoid all conflict.
Yeah, but it's also
just
like
looking around. Where's the usher at?
Yeah, like when there was a couple in front of us. She got up as soon as they got there, and I was like, please be going to tell somebody. Please be going to tell somebody. Got fucking popcorn. I was like, you soft.
Take your popcorn back and grab somebody.
And I went to pee, and I was like, I might say something. And I was like, no, it's going to be pretty fucking obvious that I said something. Then I peed, and I was like, ooh, I kind of want some popcorn. And then I looked, and the fucking concession stand was closed. And I was like, y'all fucking suck at AMC, man. Hey, Lynn Haven AMC, get y'all shit together because I'm sick of it. Put some security out, man. I'm tired of these kids hopping in the movie, man. It was 11 o'clock at night. We didn't get out of there until fucking 1:20 a.m.
Yeah.
Then these same little fucking shit nuggets were ripping donuts in a beat-up Cadillac by Jake's beautiful fucking car. We couldn't even sit outside and have our beautiful after-movie conversations because we were scared for our vehicles.
They went around, trust the. Get out of here.
Yeah, let's dap it up, head on out. It's like we didn't even say anything when we hit ourselves up with our homes, but that's it, bro. We were so mad.
They're just fucking riled up.
Oh my
about this
god,
shitty
dude.
movie.
They probably all
donuts
loved it
in the parking lot.
Ugh. And it's like I remember being young, man, but I don't ever remember trying to ruin other people's movie experiences. Because I know it's like, this shit's expensive for most people. And these motherfuckers are in here at 11 o'clock just hoping to see a good movie.
Yeah,
Granted,
also,
it was not a good movie.
You're not a fucking stand-up comedian.
You're not. At
If
all.
you were funny,
I would have laughed.
We would have laughed.
Yeah, I would have laughed. I love good humor.
No one laughed.
It was like in When a Stranger Calls. I remember specifically it was like that Malibu's Most Wanted moment. The dude fucking read the room perfectly. It was silent as fuck. Sold out theater. He stands up and goes, "Run, bitch, run. He gonna kill you." It broke the tension in the entire theater, man. Everybody cackled. Gave us a break from that terrifying ass movie that I was watching at the time. Great. I give that man a round of applause to this day.
That's different
but
than
you little shit nuggets to my left at AMC. There were 6 of them. Only 2 of them were talking. The other ones seemed kind of pissed off just as well, but they knew also if you rile that dude up, clearly he don't get in trouble at home.
I heard one of them tell him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and he still didn't. But it's because he's that kid. He's that just needs the attention, wants the attention, and you don't need none of the above, bro. You're not funny.
Yeah, you want to fucking fight in a movie theater?
I think that's what he wanted, dude. And I'm not, I'm old, dude. I'm not throwing down unless I have a lot of alcohol in.
Probably the guy behind us kind of older, right? Older than us.
Yeah, he was older than us. He's 40s, easily 40s. I peeped up at him. He looked like he was from Hawaii.
So he's not fucking going to say something.
I don't know though, dude. He looked like he could Maui some shit. I was like, damn. Well, but also he had flip flops on. You know my rule.
I feel like the second we agree with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when the fight comes, they're like, all right, guys, come on.
Yeah. I mean,
you guys were agreeing 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to get Jake's back. He's going to get mine, but I don't know if old fucking homeboy up top was going to do anything.
It's a bunch of 20-year-olds beating the shit out of this dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, we're getting tuned up for nothing.
Yeah.
For a shitty, I'm not standing up for fucking Eli Roth's Thanksgiving, dude.
Yeah. No, fuck that.
I'm not going down. I'm not dying for Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. I'll put my life on the line for some other shit, but this was not it, man. And it was like, yeah, theater etiquette is important. If you want to go to Taylor Swift and do that shit, because according to them, they can sing and dance with their blinkies and all that fucking shit. Go see that shit. Don't come into a horror movie with that nonsense. It was very annoying. Maybe it added to our frustration in the movie. Maybe it didn't, but
the whole experience.
It was really bad.
Wasn't good.
And if you listened to us last week, we were very excited. We were stoked to go see this movie in 2 days from that day, and then
the movie sucked.
Movie sucked.
The people in the movie sucked.
Yeah.
The people watching the movie sucked.
Absolutely.
Everything, it just sucked. It wasn't good.
Other than having my fucking best friend there. If I was there alone, dude, I probably would have murked. I walked out of, what was it? Infinity Pool.
Yeah.
I was about to give you a tap, but I was like, man, we got to cover this shit. I feel like we can't leave.
I can always gauge how interested I am in a movie. If I feel I can leave and use the bathroom,
I'm
out.
Yeah, you were like, I got pissed. I was like, I'm right behind you, bro. You can't go at the same time because motherfuckers got questions I ain't ready to answer.
I'm like, damn, did they both leave?
Yeah. Excuse me. And nice couple to our right. They were quiet.
They were very polite.
Very polite.
But they were bitching too. Like, I heard.
Oh, were they? I couldn't hear them.
I heard the girl say, they are so fucking obnoxious.
He's like, shut up, honey.
Yeah, I know that. But keep it to yourself.
The whole theater knows this because we got stuck in theater 16, which has 18 chairs. And I checked how many tickets were bought prior, and all the seats were matching up minus these 6 fuckers.
Yeah. They snuck in.
Yeah. And it was the closest theater to that door that's how you sneak in.
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned before they don't have the titles. What plane?
They don't have the titles. They just knew that people were in that movie theater and they went. Or one person bought a ticket and they let them in. That's usually what happens. One person finds a movie that they all want to see, then they go to that side door, they hold it open, and that's how they come in. And they just got lucky enough that it was right there. I'm pissed at our parking location because they were ripping donuts with a busted-ass Cadillac. She was dragging shit.
Yeah, scraping on
the
dude.
It's a nice car. Like, that car is expensive, but it was not well kept.
You just drove it to shit.
Yeah. And he didn't even do a donut. He just did aggressive U-turns.
And they were just
they were like,
fired up.
I was like, dude, you can't even rip a donut because it's probably all-wheel drive.
And I heard the one girl say she wants to get in.
Yeah, let me get in. And we're like, yo,
I gotta go. Yeah,
let's get out of here. And then I was like, I was getting it on my gas pedal to leave because I wanted to get out of the situation. I was like, damn, I didn't even look. That motherfucker could come right down and fucking take me out. It was horrible, man. It was such a bad experience.
It was.
Also, he brought in Addison Rae from the TikTok world.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's who the brunette was.
Trash.
Should have killed her. That adds more iconicness to you using her.
Yeah.
Like,
did you have at least a favorite kill?
Favorite kill. I mean the stepmom. The step lady,
with
the
turkey,
baking her in the oven part. It was very extravagant, fit the movie very well, looked good, made sense to the whole story. So I'll give that one the Josh approval of best kill in this movie. Okay. How about you?
My favorite kill is probably, let me think, because there aren't
too many.
There aren't too many. The ones you do have aren't very good.
Most of them don't make sense.
I would say probably the security guard.
With
and
his
that's
cat.
only because I liked his character interaction.
He had the best Boston accent too. I'll give him that. Yeah.
His seemed genuine, honestly.
I think he was just a Bostonian that was like, fuck yeah, I'll be in it.
Just like the look of him.
Yeah. He looks like every Sox and Celtics fan I've ever seen. Like, straight up, I've bumped shoulders with them and be like, fucking go Sox. You know?
Yeah, that guy exuded that.
He probably drives for the fucking garbage company, you know.
And then
he's from Charleston.
Him asking his cat,
"Hey,
where he's at?
Where is he?"
And his cat nods,
looks this way
over here,
and looks back. And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh fuck,
I trust you."
Oh fuck, and he went out. You know, he got decapitated.
Also, I will say the head
looked
just like him.
The prosthetics that they used when they finally got
to that final
to those parts, like when he put it on the table, looked great.
Yeah,
I think he was like sitting under the table, and just was like, you know,
that's how it looked.
Like but he put it down. Yeah, he puts it down, and it's all on screen.
It looks identical,
amazing. Like, how do you do that? And then the claymation kills that we got throughout this entire movie. Right. What's your least favorite kill? I mean, I think the fans might know, but
least favorite kill is the fucking trash can.
Trash can, yeah, the first one we get.
Yeah, and even taking the lower half of the body and putting it.
It's like half off deal or whatever.
Yeah.
Womp womp womp.
Yeah. No thanks. That deserves crickets right there.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I changed the buttons. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, how do you feel about Eli Roth's Thanksgiving? Yeah. That's exactly how I feel about it. All right. So all in all, this movie sucks penis wrinkles. It is top tier dog shit, which is my biggest favorite saying about shitty ass movies. I'm trying to think what else pissed me off before we wrap this one up. I said Addison Rae. I said Eli Roth. I said shitty characters. Also, yeah, it felt better than the entire movie experience. That's all I got, bud. What you got?
I got nothing.
That's it? All right. So,
rate this shit.
Jake, on a scale from 1 to 10, where do you put Eli Roth's Thanksgiving?
On a scale from 1 to 10,
yes,
Thanksgiving, for me, is a 3.
Damn, that's great. It got higher than Bad Candy. Damn, dude. Damn. Damn.
So the one redeeming thing is the one thing I mentioned earlier on. It's just I like the look of the killer.
Yeah.
I like and when he mentioned, we were talking about the turkey basting scene.
Yeah.
Him putting the mask on top and it burning and putting it on. The killer looked good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he used like Thanksgiving type weapons.
Yeah.
So the killer himself is what gives it a 3.
Nice.
What about you?
On a scale from 1 to 10,
Top tier dog shit, guys.
this is top tier dog shit, ladies and gentlemen. I give this movie a 1.25. I give it a 1.25.
Okay.
I don't think I can give it a 1 because it's like the same thing as a 10. I don't think anything can be a 0 because I chose to go see it.
True.
This is about as fucking close that I can get.
Yeah.
It insulted me as a horror fan. And I've never left a movie feeling that insulted in my life.
Even Infinity Pool?
No, that movie didn't insult me. It was just like, what the fuck is happening, dude? Like, it's like, I feel like Infinity Pool has a place and like I can respect that, like where it could belong. It was not for me, you know? And then maybe I could sit down and watch Infinity Pool later. And then I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, there's other Thanksgiving horror movies out there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, would this make the rotation? Like, would I put this on and be like, God, like if I have either a girlfriend or like something on later on down the road, or even just for memories of us, you know, we buy it next year and then, no, fuck you, Eli Roth. You're not getting any of my fucking money. If it's free on YouTube, I might put it on. But other than that, fuck this movie. Fuck this holiday. I hate everything about Thanksgiving. That's it.
All right.
Yeah. We do not know what we're covering next week, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. I really do hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. I may hate the holiday, but I know a lot of you guys out there love it. Go eat your bland-ass turkey and your gravy and stuffing. As long as I get some deviled eggs, I'll be happy, and some pie at the end. Do you like Thanksgiving?
I don't hate it. Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Just like I hate this fucking movie. Of course, my least favorite horror movie that I have ever seen is also my least favorite fucking holiday. No, my least favorite holiday is not Thanksgiving. It's just up there on the hated ones. So
what is your least favorite holiday then?
Usually probably like Valentine's Day or some lame ass shit like that.
That's not a real holiday to me.
Oh, real holidays? Thanksgiving then for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Thanksgiving for sure. And real holidays like that, like you have to kind of participate in. I don't get to participate in Valentine's Day because of my own issues. But yeah, I fucking hate Thanksgiving. You know, a lot of my family love it, so I just kind of partake. I don't like it. I don't like the food.
Speaking of Thanksgiving,
yeah.
On a lighter note, what is something you're thankful for?
Oh my God. It'd be super lame. I'm super thankful for this podcast, all of our fans out there, you being my best friend and my co-host. I am super thankful for this podcast, man. It gives me, it's going to sound pretty deep and dark here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
It gives me purpose. It gives me a reason to keep at some things that I like. I love and I get to enjoy. It kind of keeps that fire ignited in my passion for horror. It also it completely pushed me out of my comfort zone. And, you know, we're going on 2 years now. And I never thought I'd still be sitting in chairs next to you doing this for this long. Like, of course we wanted it to, but there's just realities of life. But there's something about being able to get through all the shit we get through the weeks we get through the fucking episode views, or, you know, being in our own heads about how we performed each week. So I am legitimately thankful for this podcast, you fans, you as my best friend. And, you know, I've never had a male best friend before. So, yeah, like you, podcast, obviously family and shit. My new house, I love this thing, too. It's pretty fucking dope. But, yeah, ultimately the podcast keeps me going, and I'm super stoked on it. How about you, man?
All right, then.
I got a little dark. I got a little deep.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. How about you, man? What are you thankful for, man?
Thankful for, you know, my family, obviously.
Oh, yeah, family. Sorry, guys. You'll probably be listening to this with me. Yeah.
Thankful.
Love you, family. My nephew, my sister, my brother, Ross. Yeah. We all know we're thankful for him. Yeah. Jenny, Braden, I love you guys. You guys are great. Mom, you're dope. Love you. Rest of you, you're all right.
The rest of you.
The rest of us. Go ahead. What are you thankful for other than family?
Thankful for family, health, and obviously our friendship.
Yeah, thank you.
So
man.
Not even just the podcast itself, just the fact that obviously this does keep us consistently.
We have to hang out once a week.
Yeah. But just our friendship, things you've been through.
Yeah.
We've grown.
Yeah.
not only as friends, but individually as well.
Yeah, for sure.
We're definitely better people now than we were when we first met.
Depends on what day of the week you ask us, but yeah. No, you're absolutely right, man. Like I kind of mentioned, I've never had a male best friend, and and I've always not really fucked with dudes because of I don't like most dudes. They're usually fucking shitty. And then we luckily got to horror brought us together, and then we just flourished as friends.
It all came full circle.
We've been able to have some man-to-man moments and push ourselves out of each other's comfort zones as far as just like, hey, man, you're fucking up, or, you keep your head up. We all get sad. We all get lonely, and having somebody in your corner that kind of gets it to the level that we both do is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
So I said podcast because, I'm a fucking softie and I get scared of my emotions. So. But yeah, man, I fucking love you, dude. I do.
Love you too.
I love you, man.
I embrace my emotions.
I try to hide it as best I can. But if you see me blushing and almost crying,
that's why they say I'm sensitive.
Yeah, I'm vain. I love my podcast. But yeah, man, I am super thankful for all of those things. I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. If you guys, I know, maybe this will be the one that gets commented on most. Whatever you're thankful for, drop it in the comments, please. We'd like to see what everybody's thankful for. Spend this time with your family. Spend this time with your friends. That stuff means a lot. We'll have an episode out for you next Thursday. Big shout. Did I already say Jeff Balance? No, big shout out to Jeff Balance, our designer. He's amazing. He does all of the things that we wear and we rock. Big shout out to Lucky Riggs. He does our intro and our outro music, as you guys hear every week playing in the background. That is awesome. He's great. I also work with him. And as always, big shout out to you fans. You guys are great. We love you. This is the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
Have a happy Thanksgiving, guys. It's hip to be squared.